Ooh, what is up, y'all? Welcome to Yapping with Jelly. Oh my god, I've already got something in my eye. I really want to talk about communication today, especially within situationships and relationships. Now, if you are a family member of mine and or if you are close enough to me that you don't want to know about the people that I met on the internet and may or may not have performed extracurricular activities with, please do not watch this. um, Anyways, moving on. Thank you so much. Love you, bye. So, a little bit of backstory, a little bit of context. I was on and off dating apps last year, majority of last year, before that's how I found my current partner. Um, And when I first started onto, I want to say it was Tinder. I know. It was literally just for like, I didn't want a relationship. I didn't want to meet anybody. I didn't want to hook up with anybody. I literally just wanted to flirt and I just wanted to talk and I just wanted attention. Honestly, and I also wanted to be able to just like put my phone down and not have any responsibility to it. Which was absolutely okay, and I was very forward with people with that. And did I do some cringy shit? Obviously, everybody did. Um, but I embarrassed about it sometimes? Yes. But then everybody's done it, and who's going to remember it? I have forgotten half of the stuff that I said or done. So, what a shame. Moving on. It's part of life. It happens. Everybody does things when they want attention. Anyways, moving on. So, except I was very forward with people like that. And when I was like matching with people, or when I was like liking people, or swipe left, swipe right, I can't remember which one was what now. Don't quote me on this. Um, if I was literally just looking to talk to people and I didn't want to meet and I did not want a relationship, I would not like somebody who had like in their bio looking for a relationship or looking for something serious, because I don't want that. Obviously, I'm not going to match with them. And then later on, when I was actually looking for a relationship and I didn't have time to go out, I don't meet people, I don't like talking to random strangers that I meet at a pub. No, thank you. Um, Everybody's different, by the way. I am not condoning dating apps, nor am I against them. It is up to you and up to your individual person. Anyways, moving on from that. When I was then looking for a relationship, I would not match with somebody who's just looking for fun or like just wanted to hook up, because that's not what I want, obviously. And if there was someone who like did not put that as a thing, if we then got into talking and they were like, oh yeah, I'm not looking for something serious, I'd be like, okay, well, I am, so see you later, it was so nice talking to you. And not many people did that, and I think that frustrated me the most. I am a-okay if you literally just wanted to hook up, please just tell me. And if you're cool enough, yeah, honestly, why not have a little bit of fun? But don't say that you do want a relationship or that you do want to like go out on a date or something and then ghost me after we hook up. Just tell me that you just want to hook up in the first place, and okay, okay, that is fine, we can do that. But like, be on the same page with things and be upfront. You can change your mind 100%, but let me know. Oh, this is what I find so frustrating, and this is what's happening to a few people that I know as well, is that they're just being like led on and going in so many different directions that it's like, if you don't know what you want, don't search for anything. Don't search for anything. Don't lead people on if you don't know what you want. And if you think that you are leading someone on, just be straight up with them. Just be straight up with them. And if you don't know what to do, I hate to say it, I really don't. I don't want to really condone this. No, I'm not going to condone this. Don't ghost people. Just be straight up with them. And if they keep pushing, then you can get rid of them. That sounds really mean. I probably have ghosted people in the past. I'm not going to lie. If I have ghosted you, I am so sorry. But I wouldn't ghost you in the middle of a conversation, no matter what it is. Like, at least finish off the conversation. At least be honest about it. And then, like, if I've, like, dwindled off from talking to people, which happens, It happens. If you're not vibing with someone and you're not talking to them very much, it happens. You can just kind of blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But if you then, like, one of them comes back, like, if I go back to them and they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? Or if they come back to me and they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, and then you can go, oh, do you know what? I wasn't really vibing anymore. So sorry, I didn't mean to ghost you. Or like, I'm not really vibing. I hope you have a good life. You know, it's not that hard. I remember before I went out my first date with my current partner, I was like messaging somebody else and I was like, hey, I'm actually like have organized a date with this person, like with another person. I really like see it going somewhere. I kind of really vibe with them. Like I really like talking to you, but like I kind of think we're like had their chance and like we're kind of done. You know what I mean? I said it in a nicer way. I don't know how I said it. I don't remember. And they were like, yeah, cool, no worries. I've had people come back to me and like have been like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh, really well. I'm actually in a relationship now. And they've gone, oh, cool. Wish you all the best. And I'm like, I wish you all the best too. There are some people, oh my God, there are actually a few people that I honestly, I'm like, I am so grateful for you because you were actually such a really nice human being and you were so good to talk to. And like, we didn't end up working out and we didn't end up like going out or whatnot. But there's a couple of guys that I'm like, honestly, you are a precious human being and I really do wish you the best. And I really wish, like, all the best for you. And I think it is because we had that communication and because it was a like, hey, I've liked talking to you, but I am going out on a date. And then they've kind of been like, yeah, no worries, have fun, you know? And like, I've been the same with them. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, go. Like, I hope you have an amazing time. Like, let me know how it goes. If it goes really well, I'm so happy for you. You know what I mean? Like, it is not that hard to communicate. It's not that harder. And if you don't know how to communicate, don't lead people on. Learn to communicate. And I'm not talking about like you have to talk every day. No. Like if you're one of those people that you're like, I can't talk every day, don't have the time. Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, when too many people message me in one day, I get really overwhelmed and I don't talk to anybody. But then when I do respond, I go, hey, so sorry it's taken me a couple of days. I was really overwhelmed. And I am honest and I'm open and I tell them that. And it's not something to be embarrassed about either. Everybody gets overwhelmed sometimes. And like, if you don't have time to have a full conversation with someone, literally just send them. It takes less than a minute. Less than a minute to respond to someone or to message someone and be like, hey, I'm really busy at the moment. I'll talk to you when I get a chance. Or like, hey, I'm really busy. I don't really see this going anywhere. We're not vibing. I wish you all the best. That's it. It is not that hard. It takes 1 minute. Be open and honest. Just communicate with people honestly. You don't have to you don't have to communicate with people constantly as long as you do it honestly. That is the major difference, and that is the main thing that I'm trying to implement and that I wish a lot of other people also implemented, because it would make everybody's life so much easier, so much more calm. You're not being confused, you're not being dragged along, you're not being led on. Like, just be straight up. Just be straight up. If you're not vibing with someone, tell them. You don't have to say it bluntly. You could put it nicely. You could make an excuse. Make an excuse and let them down gently. Or just be honest. I would have preferred to have my feelings hurt by what someone has said than what someone has done. So, for example, I was talking to a guy once and he was like, we should really go out on a date. Like, are you free Sunday? And I'm like, yeah, I am actually. Surprise, surprise. And he was like, cool. Like, what if we do this or that or this? And gave me like options. And I was like, oh, one of them was the zoo. And I was like, I haven't been to the zoo in ages. Should we go to the zoo? And he was like, yeah, for sure. And this was like beginning of the week. And so we kind of like planned to go to the zoo on Sunday. Cool. And then like a couple of days passed and kind of like not fully heard from him. Like the text messages had kind of dropped off a little bit. Um, and then like so I had like messaged him and I was like, hey, like, are we still on for Sunday? Like, did you still want to go to the zoo? And it took him almost like a full day to respond. Now, this guy had responded very quickly the whole time we'd been talking, so this was off and this was like weird. And I was like, okay, something's going on. And he's made some excuse about like, oh, I've got like a few more bills coming in than I thought. Like, I don't know if I'll have the money for like both of us. And I was like, I'm not expecting you to pay for me. Like, I'm fully happy to pay for myself. Like, I get it. It's okay. And he was like, nah, it's like the gentlemanly thing to do. Like, I couldn't like, not how I was raised, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, super sweet. But also something feels off about it. Like, it wasn't one of those, I don't know how to explain it. It just kind of felt a little bit off. And I'm also the type of person, I really don't like other people paying for me all the time. I will argue with my friends and my boyfriend constantly about who's paying. We've kind of come to the agreement for some things. Like they'll pay for one thing, I'll pay for another, because I don't like being financially dependent on somebody. Can't do it, not me. Anyways, little side story. Moving on. And so then I was like, okay, he's like, we don't have to go to the zoo. Like, we can literally just like go to a park. We don't have to do anything that involves money. We can literally just like chat and meet. Like, I haven't met this person before. I was like, I'm happy to just kind of like meet and just like have a little chat. And then he was like, oh yeah, I don't know. And at this point, I was literally like, if he doesn't want to go out, just say so. So I said that to him. And I was like, if you don't want to go out, like, just say so. Like, if something's changed, like, let me know. I'm like, I'm not going to be butthurt about it. Like, just tell me. And he was like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Like, just not kind of like the right time or something like that. And I was like, okay, cool, no worries. Now, this is where my blood boiled. So that was like the day before we were supposed to go out. That was like the Saturday where I straight up was like, if you don't want to go out, just say so. And he still was kind of blasé about it. That's not the right word, but close enough. And he was like, yeah, maybe not. The next day, the day that we were supposed to go to the zoo, he posted on his social media story that I followed, and he knew I followed, a photo of him on a date at the zoo. I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? I actually lie. I don't know if it was properly at the zoo, but I remember there was like birds in one of the photos, and then there was like other animals in the background. So I assumed it was the zoo or something along the lines of. And I was literally like, what the fuck? So then I just removed him because I was like, I'm not even gonna message. I'm not even gonna let him message me afterwards if he was to message. I don't know. I removed him from things. Can't be bothered. But I was like, why not just? I was literally like, why couldn't he have just said that before? If you'd literally said a couple of days beforehand, like, I've accidentally like double booked myself, I'm so sorry, can we reschedule? Or if he was like, hey, like, I'm really vibing with someone else at the moment, can we reschedule our date? Or like, can we put our date on hold? Like, I'm actually going out with somebody else, or anything along those lines. Anything, even if you just cancelled the date, would have been better than the option of not telling me and going out with somebody else on the date that he said that he asked as well. I didn't even push it. He was the one that, oh. I just get so frustrated because I'm like, what do you mean? Why not just say it? Like, I would have preferred to have my feelings hurt over somebody saying, like, I like someone better. That honestly wouldn't have even hurt me that much. We were on a dating app. You're supposed to go out with other people. You're supposed to go out on dates with other people. You're supposed to meet other people. I know I'm not going to be the only one. Obviously, you weren't the only one either. So, but be honest about it. Be honest about it. If he would have literally just said, I've double booked myself, can we cancel our date until I go out with somebody else that I'm vibing with more, and then I'll get back to you, I would have been like, yeah, of course, I hope you have fun. And if I didn't hear from him, that was that. I'm saying to be better. I'm saying to be honest, even if it hurts that person's feelings in the moment and in the time, it is more beneficial than leaving them in the dark or lying. Don't lie. Honestly, ugh. I'm not saying I'm perfect either. There have been a couple of situations where I've ghosted somebody. And if I have ghosted people, it is normally like the conversation has been like dwindling off anyways, and it's been like nothing. Like, and it hasn't even been proper conversations. If I have ghosted you, I am ever so sorry. I do apologize. If you're in the middle of a conversation or if you're in the middle of planning things, just be honest. Please just communicate and just be on the same page as people. And if you're not on the same page, then work out a way to get on the same page. And if it's the pages are too far apart, then close the book. If you cannot meet on the same page, close the book. Start a new one. Open a new book with someone new. There is no point trying to tear yourself into little pieces to match somebody else's book. It is no point. It is going to hurt you and it is going to affect them. Just don't. If it's right and if you can communicate and if you can get on the same page and if you have similar views and values and beliefs that you want to match and you want to get to, then amazing and it works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Move on. If you're not vibing with someone, if you have different values that really affect who you are as a person and who they are, like you don't have to agree with everything your partner does. You don't have to have the exact same beliefs as your partner does. But you also need to be able to understand that their beliefs are different to yours and you can't change them. You can't force them to change their beliefs because of you, and you shouldn't force to change your own beliefs because of them. You still need to be your own individual person, and if your individual person doesn't match and suit and fit with that other individual person, don't force it. Don't try and twist yourself up into knots just to untie theirs. Like it's not gonna work, it's not gonna fit, and it's gonna be miserable and you're gonna waste your time. If you think that you can make it work, you can put in the effort and you can put in the time, and it could work and it could turn into something beautiful. But if both people aren't going to do that, then there is no reason to push it. There have definitely been times where I've tried to kind of test the waters with someone, it hasn't quite worked, tried a little bit again, it still hasn't quite worked, so I've left it. Because there's no point in me trying to force my way into somebody else's life if they don't want me there. I'm not going to despise them for that. If they don't like me, they don't like me. I'm not going to try and force myself onto people, and I'm not going to try and make people like me just because I like them, because I wouldn't want that done to me. I don't want someone trying to force themselves into my life and because they like me if I don't like them back. Like, you can't always choose it, you can't always pick it, but as long as you're honest with that person and communicate with that person and say, hey, I'm really not vibing it. I really don't really see this going anywhere. I don't think we're a suitable match. I don't think we'll fit very well. Cool. Have a nice life without me in it because we don't suit. It's as simple as that. And it is tricky to get there, and you will feel like you will embarrass yourself. Embarrassment is a mindset, by the way. That is a social construct. The only reason embarrassment will affect you is if you believe other people's opinions affect who you are as a person. That they don't. You are your own person. And you shouldn't be changing or forcing yourself into something that you're not to please others or to fit in with others. There is nobody like you. There is no individual out there like you. Why are you trying to be different? Why are you trying to be somebody you're not? I wonder. I really do wonder. I forgot. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I have lost where I'm up to or where I'm talking about or what I'm doing. So thank you very much for listening to me. Yup. Main thing to take away is pretty much communication is important as long as it's honest. Be honest, be upfront, be straightforward with people. They'll thank you later for it. You'll thank yourself for it. Cool, as everybody can live their life. Alright, thank you so much for yapping with Jelly. Until next episode when I feel like yapping again. Toodaloo.